Welcome back. We'll take a quick look at shares of Honda as they trade as an American depository receipt in New York. Of course, the news on Honda has been yesterday's announcement by Honda and Nissan that the two automakers are talking about combining, with that combination expected or targeted to take place in 2026. Our next guest says the deal could be equally beneficial to both automakers in the face of growing global competition. Our guest is Sam Fiorani. He's the Vice President of Global Vehicle Forecasting at Auto Forecast Solutions. He joins us from Chester Springs, Pennsylvania. Sam, thanks a lot for joining us. So this news, when it hit, was not expected. We saw big changes in the share price, which is a pretty clear share prices, which is a pretty clear signal that investors were not expecting this. It largely has to do with China and the very significant wave of Chinese competition upon Japanese car makers. Correct?
China has overwhelmed the Earth, the planet right now with cars. Their growth in production of vehicles in China has overwhelmed its own country. So in order to grow further, they have to export. This is bringing down the price of vehicles all over the world. And companies like Honda and Nissan have to compete with that, which means that they're going to have to cut their costs and find a way to compete on the same level with the Chinese automakers that are, especially in electric vehicles, but overall selling less expensive vehicles.
As Honda and Nissan negotiate the terms of a marriage, isn't it the case that Nissan is in a much weaker position? Its performance has really suffered in recent years, and the company also issued a pretty significant profit warning not that long ago.
Nissan has gone through waves. This is the most recent one. Since Carlos Ghosn stepped down 6 years ago, Nissan has had trouble finding its footing, and now Honda is stepping in to help them prop themselves back up, hopefully with better cost advantages for R&D, in production, in sales, in financing, all the things that they can do in the background to make the vehicles more profitable, make the companies more profitable, and get Nissan back on its feet.
What's the benefit to Honda, which I think has performed well in recent years? What's the benefit to Honda in purchasing a troubled company, Nissan?
Honda gains Nissan's expertise in electric vehicles. Honda has been a little behind the rest of the world in electric vehicle development, but Nissan started off 15 years ago developing new modern electric vehicles, and that technology could move over to Honda. Also, Nissan has a really strong body-on-frame production of trucks. Trucks are really big in North America and in South America and parts of Asia. These trucks are not what Honda has. Honda has unibody trucks, which are considered lighter duty. And if Honda were to take a Frontier truck and make it into a Honda model, they could gain some market share and utilize a Nissan plant a little better.
This is going to be a complicated series of negotiations. One gets the sense, because it's not just the boards of Honda and Nissan that need to be satisfied. Renault, I believe, is still a player here, correct? And Mitsubishi is still a player here, correct?
Mitsubishi is mostly owned by Nissan, but Renault owns a substantial share of Nissan. They could decide they didn't want this merger, but Renault has been in talks with other companies to sell off their 15% share. It could happen either way, that Renault sold their shares to Honda or liquidated altogether or stayed on board.
Is this combined company going to be Honda and Nissan, or is it going to be a bigger Honda?
Well, Honda would be in control. Honda is the larger company in this case. And as you saw with the stock prices, Nissan shares took off because they are the lesser party in this case. If they joined forces, the idea is that a new company would come in and absorb both of them, but Honda would be the leader in that.
Sam, thanks a great deal for your insight. That's Sam Fiorani. He's Vice President of Global Vehicle Forecasting at Auto Forecast Solutions on